Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at King in the Mountain. Now, this is a mining incremental game. I will say another mining incremental game because there are quite a few of them. But the thing that I like about these games is how varied they are. They are kind of a demonstration of how you can take a very specific concept, this kind of burst incremental mining theme, and vary it as much as people have. I have done quite a few of these games, and I don't think I've ever really felt like I've done the same game again, other than just the basic gameplay mechanics. So yeah, this is a demonstration of how you don't need to have a wildly different idea to make a good game that people will enjoy and play and not feel like they're playing the same game again because it's similar to someone else's. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you don't agree with that. But I think that's quite a fundamental thing, a very fundamental idea. Anyway, the basic idea is that we are a king. We have some kind of either collapsed or shrunk or something empire. We're a dwarven king, so we're a king living under the mountain, like like the dwarves from Lord of the Rings and that. And something has happened to our kingdom, or we're trying to start a new kingdom or something like that. Anyway, so we've got a very small space under the mountain, and we're mining to try and gather the resources to, expand out and build our empire a little bit bigger. Anyway, let's have a look at the options. We have quality of life sound controls and full screen button. We are full screen anyway because of the, itch.io click on the bottom thing, full screen. We have a credits page. I think this is all done without AI. They do have a publisher though, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure how that mechanic works with a publisher for an indie game. Indie publishers? I don't know. That's where the idea of indie starts becoming a bit questionable. To me, the idea of what makes an indie game or an indie studio is who has influence on the design and implementation of the game. That's what it boils down to me. So if investors and a publisher are telling you what kind of game to make and how to make it, then you're no longer indie. So you can be a massive studio with a big budget, but as long as it's still you, the studio, building the game to try and make a game that people want to play, I would still count that as kind of indie, at least, sort of morally and mimetically over anything else. Whereas if you're kind of a tiny studio with only one or two developers and things like that, but you've got a publisher house and they're saying make this kind of game, you don't count as an indie studio anymore. It's not about budget size, it's not about studio size, it's about whether or not the person designing the game and making decisions about how the game is built and sold and things like that, is it someone who's trying to make a good game that people want to play, or is it someone trying to make a profit for shareholders or something like that? Is it about profits, or is it about making a good product? And that's where the kind of the indie dividing line is for me. That's what I look for in something like that. And this feels like a good game. It is wishlistable on Steam. They do have a Discord. The extras page lets you go and, I suppose, buy extra things for the game. Cosmetics maybe, I'm not quite sure. Have a look at that if you're interested. Otherwise, jump in and play the demo. I will say the demo does end a bit abruptly. So yeah, the developer is aware of it. They are, I believe, working on it based on the comments I saw. So yeah, come give it a go, or come and keep follow it in itch.io, and of course wishlist it on Steam. Maybe see how it changes in the future. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's play a new game. Welcome to the mountain. In the center are your dwarves. You can recruit more once you have the gold for it. So yeah, so this is our little, I guess, throne room or something like that we've built so far. And we just have one kind of working dwarf at the moment, who is giving us a smile. You can see your current gold and gems here. So that's our currencies up at the top there. You can earn by gold by sending your dwarves into the mine. So we basically do a bit of burst mining over there. Okay, so I guess that's what we need to do. We are on the base view. This is what our base looks like. And then there's an upgrade pane here that we can spend money on making our dwarves mine a little bit better. And we can also recruit more dwarves down there. So we have the options button up here that just takes us to the the same option page as before. We can enter the mine. So your dwarves will mine automatically, but you can give them direction. You can select an area to mine with, left click, and delete with right click. Delete the selection, not the area. And yeah, it basically draws green on where you mine. So oh yeah, and we're burst mining, so we have a torch that runs out, and then our mining session ends, and we can either buy upgrades or just go back in and mine some more. And to get to the next level, dig. You look for the arrow and you dig it out. So the arrow's all the way down there. We're not going to go for it, but we are going to try and dig to. This is copper, so we get 1 gold piece per block that we dig out. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything else, but if we manage to get to the copper and dig it, we get more gold per copper block that we dig. And then we have like iron and silver and gold metals to dig later as well. So we did our mining expedition. We only made 3 gold, but we can use the gold that we made for upgrade. So even if we mine copper, we then sell the copper for gold. So everything is done in gold. We don't need the other materials. I don't think I've ever gotten gems. I didn't manage to get any in my first run through the demo. So I think there's just certain upgrades that require some gems. And I think you can't mine them. You sort of make them by building base elements. It is now time to upgrade. Spend your gold here on new upgrades to grow your clan. So we can buy for 2 gold. Just unlock upgrades basically. Now sort of our next upgrade for 5 gold will be sort of sharper pickaxes, so we'll mine a bit faster. And we've got some torch upgrades to last a little bit longer. And there's a crit upgrade. And as we buy some of these, more and more will unlock around us, and we'll be able to upgrade in various different ways. And of course there's the option to purchase extra dwarves. We can only have 5 at the moment, but there are upgrades that increase this cap size. Alright, so on this first level, I quite like it because nothing changes, because this is the area that we are mining. And once we mine it here, it sort of stays mined, as it were. But then if we get through to a later level, that stops being the case. Alright, we earned some gold. We've got 6 gold. Can we upgrade? Yes, we can dig a little bit better. Alright, so I've purchased that. There was only 1 out of level. Most of these are either 1 or 2 things. We've spent our gold, so let's keep going. Alright, I also want to go over here. Didn't mean to do that. We want to get this stuff. We can recruit, so we can get a second dude. So now there are 2 of us. Huzzah! And we can't afford anything else. So that's fine. Let's go back to the mine. Now we've got 2 people. If we have a look at our base, we can see there's 2 of us who are chatting and running around then. Let's do that so he joins in and we can dig together. Well, if nothing else, double our gold income, because now there's 2 dwarves hitting the rocks and getting gold from the sides of things. So increasing the number of dwarves you get actually is very valuable. It does return, but obviously the price increases as we go. Anyway, we made 18 gold. We can get some upgrades. Let's boost the torches a bit, I think. Yeah, so we've got another one there for 10 gold. And then these are also obviously good because it gives us more gold as we come in. So I'm going to prioritize those as well. So torches and gold things, and then mining speed after that. Yeah, let's keep going. Alright, we can recruit another guy, so let's get another guy. That spent all our gold, so we can't get any more under upgrades. That's fine. That's fine. We've got another guy here, will bring in more gold. Let's go for it. Ah, yeah. So he already knew that he couldn't do anything there really. Mine that out. Oh, no, not you. Alright, we brought in a chunk of gold there, so we got 31s. We don't have enough for another dude. What can we do in terms of upgrades? We can bring in some more gold. Oh, we have to buy this first. Alright. So yeah, I'm just trying to tunnel down here to reveal. There is a bit down at the end here that I want to get to that shows a bit more of the sort of where the game goes, as it were. But let's enter the mine. We're doing good there. Yep, we are smashing through. Alright, 52 gold. Should we just hire another guy? Let's just hire another guy. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, my cat is yelling. Oops. Didn't want to do that much. We can open up the next area when we get there. Alright, we're doing good. Let's get that so we make a bit more. Let's get these guys to dig a little bit quicker. Also good. And then yeah, we can make things damage a little bit quicker, and we can get more torch over there. So I'm just going to keep charging down there. I'm not going to get this other stuff. We can cut the amount that recruits cost. We can boost our level cap, but I want to get these upgrades first. So let's keep working on this. Alright. Alright, we got a nice chunk of gold there. So let's... Oh, this costs 100. Alright, well then I'm not going to spend on that. Actually, let's cheapen upgrades, and we can speed our guys up for moving around. That's pretty good. Yeah, alright. Oh, they're going to get there first. Oh. Yeah, we got there first. Let's get another recruit. So we've reached our cap at the moment, but then we need more money to start upgrading these. So I'm going to stay with that at the moment. We can get more dwarves, I suppose. Why not? Because I think the more dwarves that we get, the more... Oh, and we could have bought another level of torch over there. I'm an idiot. Alright, well, we'll get that afterwards. Oh, these guys are going to get there first. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, we got to the copper. Alright. And I think we're finished with this level anyway. I'm not going to go get these ones at the edges anyway. So good. We have mined all of the tiles out. Upgrades. Well, we can get a bit more torchlight. Yeah, we can get this purchased. So now we have access to these ones, I guess. But it's starting to get quite expensive down there. Nevertheless, let's just enter the mine. Okay. So now we have a mine that kind of constantly rebuilds itself. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere here, and then the next level. See, the little arrow also moves around and things like that. We can recruit more guys, but can we... Yeah, let's get this. Oh, that spent all of our money. We don't have any more sort of cheapness things. Well, that's fine. We've got some good upgrades to go for here. Alright, so you see we kind of restart here again. Alright, we're not going to get to those in the time. Oh well. Still, we managed to get quite a bit of stuff out. We've got the iron, that's what those kind of more silvery things are. And then if you get like denser, more silvery things, that becomes silver. But we'll see those in a bit. Let's go with these upgrades. Let's get a bit more torch time. And that was it. We are not making much here. We've got these critical strike chance things, but I don't want to sink money into those. Oh, here we go. We got cheaper recruits. Yeah, but we need to carve our way in through there and get those things. Not bad. Alright, so let's get this stuff. Let's get this stuff. I think that's all we're going to be able to get here. Still, that's a pretty good thing. I doubt we're going to be able to get down here in the time we've got left. Still, we got quite a chunk of things. We got a fairly good chunk of money there. I want to get to that one, which means I think I need to get that. Alright, so we've unlocked a bunch of stuff there that we can sink more money into. But we want, because I think the upgrade I'm looking for is down here. We'll try and get to that. We can go down another level if we can get up here. And then there are better ores we can get to, but I don't know if we're going to get there in the time we have. No, it doesn't look like it. No, didn't get there yet. Nevertheless, let's go check out our upgrades. We can get more money there. That's all of our money. We want to get to that, so let's get down there. Strange little glow down that way. Interesting. That was some pretty good digging. Alright. Nearly 300. Bonus gold, why not? Why not? Are there any more cheapness things? No. Got walking speed, scouting party. Let's have a look-see. Let's just smash this one out. Oh, we finished smashing it out. Alright, we can just dig more things. Upgrades, I think. Well, let's increase the torch time. Wow, we unlocked a bunch of stuff there. I do feel like we're getting money quite slowly. Feels like we could be going faster. I'm not sure if I'm buying the right things. Anyway, let's get in there. Where's the arrow? Down at the bottom. No, I was too ambitious there. But I think we have mined quite a bit of good stuff there. Still only, we haven't managed to pass the 400 mark. Should I recruit more guys? Alright. Can I buy anything here? We can buy some more torch time. Alright, maybe that'll help us a bit. Oh god, there's like no resources in range. Am I going to be able to get any of these things? The arrow's so far away, I can't even mine to the arrow. Oh, wasn't able to get to those ones at the bottom. Nevertheless, 300. So let's grab a 7th guy. We've hit our cap again. Can't afford any upgrades that we want. That's fine. That's fine. Back into the mine. And go for that stuff. Oh, where is Arrow? Arrow's all the way down there. That does not help us. Alright, well, we'll get these veins and then just let our guys mine in every direction for the last 10 seconds or so. That's fine. Bring some gold in. Busy little dwarves mining away. Look at them go. Oh, I could have mined towards that copper over there. Doesn't matter. Upgrades, right. Let's keep tunneling down this way, because we can get that stuff. That's the one that I want, where we actually claim the mountain, because that's interesting. That suddenly makes the game open up in various ways. Alright, let's grab an extra damage over there. And I need to get that torch as well next time. Alright. Ugh. Everything's so far away from us. Let's have these guys working on that. Just at least get some copper. Oh, these guys go. They are zooming. They're going to try and get it, but they're not going to make it. Nevertheless, we got 700. Nice. Alright. Bonus the money coming in. Bonus the money coming in. We're working our way towards the 700. So what can we get here? We need to go down this way. And we need to go across this way. I want to get to that arrow. I suppose we can do that as well. For these guys. We're not going to get anywhere near the arrow. And that was too late for the silver over there. Ah, bad decisions made that mining trip. But still, oh, we got 1,000 gold. Wow. Our guys are doing good. Alright, so let's claim the mountain. You can now carve tunnels and place buildings. You can find new buildings to unlock here. You can use these tools to create tunnels or place buildings that are unlocked. Now, I don't know how much of this is implemented yet. So what we can do, for example, is we can start digging out. Oh, let's click on the digging tool. So we can dig out like so. And we've dug ourselves a tunnel. Now under buildings, we can now purchase a building. For example, we can purchase this mine shaft. I don't know exactly how this then works. I don't quite know what the mine shaft does. Do I have to make tools for it? Yeah, I think I might have to make tools for it. Nevertheless, so back at the base, we can now just place this mine shaft in the green area. And I guess our guys will go and do things there? I don't know. He's like, he seems happy with it. And things start appearing over there. Like, how do we use those? I don't know. It's the entrance to the mine shaft, I guess. I'm not really sure what this does, or if it's just visual now. We don't actually implement it as yet. Or if the things do. See, if I get 500, I can start working on that. Maybe that's how I get gems. Let's try and get 500 so we can unlock that and see what happens. Alright, smash down this way, guys. And I think smash down this way. guys can go over there meanwhile. I'm not going to have enough time to get to all of that. Oh well, it was ambitious, but we didn't do it. But we still got 1,000. So let's go back to the buildings. Let's get this thing. Let's go back to our base. And let's, I guess, place this. Gem cutter is placed. So what happens now? Do I get gems? I don't know. Let's go to the upgrades. Give ourselves some more torch time, I guess. So that's maxed out. That's all we have the money for. Alright. Into the mine. We can get that stuff. And we can get that. We are digging furiously. Seeing some good numbers come up from our digging. Alright, well we got some silver. Not bad, some iron. Still got no gems. Let's look at our base. What is happening here? What are these doing? Oh, okay, so if we click on our guys we can actually find out stuff about them, but not on the things that we're digging up. And no, we have some gems there. Are those usable? But they're not these gems. No idea. Alright, let's get more gold coming in. One more mining run and then I think I will call it there for the thing. Can we mine down here and mine across here? Sure. Because that's not going to happen, but this is happening. Get some stuff there. Not bad. I think we made quite a bit there. 120 gold plus everything else. And that's it. I'm going to call it there. The buildings don't seem to be doing much. Blacksmith, smelter. No idea. This might be mechanisms that haven't been unlocked as yet, or I might just not be understanding anything. Anyway, so that is the game. That's all the gameplay I'm showing. If you're just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to like or dislike if you liked or disliked the video. And don't forget to subscribe, because I do an indie game a day, and I would like it if you guys had a look at those games and came and played them and showed the developers some love, because that's kind of what we do around here. So very brief critique. The UI is nice. There's not much of a tutorial. I mean, there is a tutorial, but it didn't really feel welcoming. So I feel a bit bad sort of critiquing it, because there is a tutorial. It does kind of teach you the stuff, but it doesn't feel like it teaches me well about how it's going, about how anything's doing. I don't know. My recommendation there is just work on the tutorial some more. Game sounds, there's music and clicks on the controls and things like that. Some sort of mining sounds might be nice. The art, the game looks very nice. It's just kind of pixely art. I appreciate it quite a bit. There's enough fine detail in there to be interesting. Yeah, and the gameplay is pretty solid. As I did say, and as other people have said, there is an ending to this demo, and it comes out of nowhere and arrives a bit suddenly. So yeah, watch out for that. Maybe keep an eye on it until the dev has brought a slightly smoother, more obviously gold, longer term demo out. I don't know. I will just give this a play and then play it when he does a big update again. You can follow an itch. You can watch this on Steam. All of that kind of good stuff. Yeah, and really, that's it. I think this is a good game. Come and play it. And I hope to see you in the next video. We're going to have a big video tomorrow with lots of games. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.